This Express Training Bites broadcast is brought to you by Promo Journal, a division of Promo Corner. Promo Journal provides fresh, daily content from industry thought leaders, blogs, videos, product features, and live content all in one convenient location. Weekly advertising opportunities are available. Contact sales at promocorner.com to get your message seen.
All right, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a fantastic beginning of your week out there. We did just come off of a short week, and so this is the first long week. I think everybody's back into the rhythm. Our guest and I were just talking before that we feel like there's a lot more people out doing things, and I love to see that, especially because it is summertime. So speaking of that, you are watching Express Training Bites here at Promo Corner or over on Promo Show's Facebook page, on Promo Corner's LinkedIn, Promo Corner's YouTube, anywhere that you can find us on social media. That's where you're going to find this show on the first and third Tuesday of every month. We have a fantastic guest here today talking about some activities that we typically think of in the summertime, going to running events. We've got Brian Goodell from Bib Boards. Brian, how are you doing, man?
Hey, Brad, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
That's awesome. So, Bib Boards, when I first heard it, I was like, what is it, like a billboard? What is this? So what is it? Just real quick, take 2-3 minutes to kind of explain what this product is and what we're talking about today.
Yeah, Bib Boards in itself was an idea that started from Rob Greenspoon, my former patent attorney for my previous invention. And Rob came to me with this kind of an idea, how to eliminate safety pins in endurance, because he was running the Chicago Marathon in 2009 and was fumbling with safety pins at 6 a.m. and trying to pin his race bib on. If anybody's done a race, whether it's a 5K or a Chicago Marathon or even ultras and whatnot, they give you safety pins, and they poke right through your garment. And Rob had, I'd worked with Rob before with my previous invention I mentioned, and he said, "Hey, Brian, I'm going to come up with an idea one day, and I want you to be my partner." Well, the original idea that he had actually kind of made holes, and you can kind of see the size of it here. Here's one Under Armour, and you kind of see the back side of it. But the original idea made holes. But when we started talking, and I said, well, there's got to be another thing, another feature to it, which is let's not make holes. Let's not have magnets. We don't want to be that. We found that magnets demagnetize your timing chip. They stick to your Tesla. They stick to your refrigerator. They stick to everything else. So when Rob came to me, I said, "That's a great idea." He's like, "I'm going to file the patent." I said, "Well, let's wait and let's see what happens." So yeah, I mean, I think the original idea was the pain that people have. We found out, let's just say our freshman year was 2017 when we launched. 20,000 reviews later, that there's a lot of stories of people like yourself, Brandon. I think you mentioned earlier before we jumped on here, is that when you were running back in the day, that they gave you safety pins. All the technology in running is new and innovative. Under Armour, On Clouds, Hoka is all about breathable fabrics, comfortable fitted stuff. Viore is something very new, and the only thing that's 100-year-old and outdated is safety pins. And so when we launched, we're trying to eliminate safety pins and bring this new recyclable fastener. So
that is awesome. Yeah, I mean, and poking holes in some of that gear. If you are a runner, if you're out there, those brands that he just mentioned, they're not cheap. So you don't want to be destroying that fabric or like you said, demagnetizing your timing chip or anything like that. So I think this is a fantastic little fix for that issue. But you brought it into the promotional products industry, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit later. But I kind of want to stay on the product just a little bit more. You said you had a previous invention.
Yes, I did. My best friend and I came up with a spill-resistant lid that snapped onto beverage cans. And just picture a funnel that snaps on the top, almost like a sippy cup, but it flowed inside. And I had some friends that used to use smokeless tobacco. It's a very disgusting habit. And they were expectorating, spitting into cans, Pepsi, Full Throttle, Coke, mug, root beers, and Rockstar Energy Monster. So our invention snapped onto the can. You can customize them and put your logo on the side and whatnot, but you could actually tilt it upside down, and it prevented people from drinking it, and kids. And so yeah, we got into over 30,000 retail stores, from Walmart to 7-Eleven, and
That is awesome. So you've had some experience with creating retail products, right? And so you saw this need for all of these races. And I was trying to do a little bit of research before we started. And I was like, I'm here in Austin, Texas. And I was like, how many races are there in Texas? Well, if you go to this website that is runningintheusa.com and you select Texas, there are 985 pages with about 50 races each that go on all year, all throughout just the state of Texas. So I can't imagine how many other races there are that you can be a part of. So was that kind of the inspiration for the idea, is like see that little need to replace those safety clips, but those safety pins, but with a much better idea, right?
That's exactly right. You gave me the chills, Brandon. When you said how big the industry is and how broad it is, Texas is a really big one. We're in California. There was some data pre-COVID. There was 17,000 running events, 500 participants or more, not even counting the ones that are small, like corporate runs. Mm-hmm. So like a big one would be JP Morgan Chase run in San Francisco. I mean, 10,000 people, right? So what we have found in just like Austin, which is where the running event is, we do it every year. Picture Fleet Feet and all the brands underneath one roof at the Austin Convention Center. We do it every year.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there's so many races. What I have found is that most races are partnered with a business or brand, banks, and they're always looking for those sponsorships, and they're always looking for those opportunities. And they're always looking for something new and unique. It's not just the shirt anymore. It's not just the medal. So I think that's the natural fit for the promo spaces. That's where we came from. I had several promo companies reach out to us. And I was like, okay, this promo space, I have to get in here fast.
So let's talk about that, because you just brought up the two magic words that the promo industry thrives on, which is sponsorships and partnerships, right? And that is the key thing with races, right? They are usually sponsored, and then they're usually for a good cause. So to come up with a product that can be used at every race, that's kind of a big thing. So how did you get into the promo industry? Who were you? So you said you were 2017. When was your first show in the promo industry?
Our first show was 2020, right? A month or so before kind of the news released everything. But I had actually been taking promo orders and started understanding what PPI even spelled, what ASI meant. But I had, a promo company brought me this company. They're Abbott. It's a big pharmaceutical company. A promo company brought me this company, this nonprofit, St. Jude's. A promo company started reaching out, brought me universities. One of my favorite was Halo. They just reached out and they're like, hey, you've really got to, can we get special pricing? And I was like, what does coded mean? And all these parameters, and it was new for me. So what I had to do was take ourselves out of selling direct, because I didn't know what it was, to be honest, Brandon. And I said, okay, I'd rather have sales people out there and let us just do the supplying of it to the distributors. And wow, I got these people that have relationships and that they're go-getters. And I'm like, okay, I've got to do this. So yeah, in 20, I signed up and went to my first promo show. And I had a line, probably about 15 people deep, just to talk to me and about this. And what was interesting is they were runners. So runners or cyclists or triathletes that were also promo reps and distributors. So that was pretty cool.
It's so cool. I mean, this industry does bring people from all walks of life. And so it's really cool to be able to grab that niche of runners and bring them to the forefront in the promo industry. That's really cool that was your first show in 2020. Unfortunately, the events after happened. So were you in Vegas this last year as well?
Yes, we were. Awesome. Yeah, we were. So our first one was 20. I think I counted 198 promo companies came by. I ended up doing probably 30 to 50 orders. I can't tell you. And then this last one, we had 278 came by, stopped by, dropped their card off. And then those led to quite a few orders. Big promo companies and small ones.
100%. Yep.
It was this last one. I won't name who he is, but he's from Big One. He yelled at the whole place. He said, "Best invention ever in promo," and I've been here for 30 years. So we launched these. These are soft. This is a Chick-fil-A logo we just did. And if you can see, they're made from PVC. So these snap on just like our traditional, but these are lightweight. We put them on all these
Oh,
watches, but you can see here how they can snap on something with a hole or without a hole. So this is just one way that we can merge these. But we came out with mini metals. So think of a lapel pen. We call this the lapel pen killer. You can see that, but it's our patented technology on the back. Again, 100-year Benjamin Button, if you remember him. These are apparel friendly, kid friendly, mom approved, tested by 250,000 runners, cyclists. So we launched that at this last show, and we had several people come by, and they just said, "Wow, coolest thing since pop sockets." Ironically, I'm very fortunate to have those guys guiding us and advising us in the space of promo. And humbly, I'm just trying to get better.
that's so cool, and that's all. Like when we talk about those partnerships between the distributor and then suppliers like yourself, that's all any distributor ever wants to hear, is that a supplier is constantly trying to do better. So coming from retail into the promo industry, that is quite a shift, because you're going from anybody can be your customer to now you're focused on who you're marketing to. So but you have some great mentors with the guys over at PopSocket, which is fantastic. What are some of the good things that you've experienced in promo? Now, you talked about getting to meet all those runners and everything. What are some good experiences about promo versus dealing with retail?
So good experiences. What I've learned in promo is that when you're a seasoned promo rep, you have a relationship with brand X or corporate X, and you see the new innovative idea. And it doesn't take me long, or matter of fact, a lot of times they're coming up with ideas on where to go with it. Where I'm typically saying, go here, go there. This is a way to use it. And they're coming to me with all these great, and I go, how did you're basically like sitting in on our meeting. So it seemed a lot of the times that they totally get it before the brands.
That's awesome. That is so cool. And yeah, and being able as a supplier to be able to listen to those distributors and be able to kind of guide your business, stay with your core product, stay with your core idea, but be able to guide the product into their niche or need is very cool. One of my favorite movies is Robots with Robin Williams, and one of the things in the that he said that always sticks with me, and I always put this part of the movie, but it's see a need, fill a need, and I think that's what you guys have done here at Bibboard. So that's really cool. What are some of the challenges? We've talked all these great things. What are some of the challenges with both coming up with a brand new product and then also introducing it to the promo industry?
I think one of the challenges is push versus pull. It's kind of a how do if I tell you that my baby's really cute with dimples at the same time. Every product we see, a lot of the time, I also think a lot of the brands say, "Hey, go find me this product." So one of the challenges we've had, we're probably in 100+ retail stores right now. So it's not 30,000 like my previous, but it's growing. Um, the request versus the push, right? I always like to, be the one that shows up with a cool new toy on the playground. That's just me. I want everybody to play with my ball. So I got it. You can't play with it unless it's, you're playing with me. And I think that's an advantage we have for our distributors, is that if they show it to their customers right now, they can be the first to show something unique. Um, and I think brands want something new and novel. And how do I know is because the brands kept reaching out to the race directors and wanting to just bring them our product. And so the race directors started bringing it to us. What we want with promo is if they say, hey, once they show it, they touch it, feel it, it's kind of like, oh, I get it. Because everybody loves the lapel pin, but they hate the holes. Everybody knows what Jibbitz is for a Croc, but why would you do that when it's safer to send your kid to school with your corporate logo? Or could you wear this, like I'm wearing American flag here today, could you wear this on your next Zoom call and show your, like we just did Airheads candy. Like I think that's the challenge, is getting them to go and saying, this is actually the coolest product out there right now.
That is That is so cool, and it's so hard to ride that high, but you guys have been doing it for through the pandemic, which is amazing, right? Because you talked about starting the product in 27 and then or 17 and then in 2020, but then staying through the course and being there again and coming up with new stuff as you've talked to your distributors. That is really cool, and it's something that is awesome about a niche supplier like yourself, other than the Me Too suppliers where they've all got the exact same products. They probably get them from the same factories overseas. So where are bib boards made? Are they made here? Do you guys make them overseas? Where do you guys do this?
We have a print facility here.
That's
That
awesome.
we print everything on demand here. We do have a factory as well.
Yep.
But I mean, we can do quick turn right away here, same day. I've got maybe 2 million plus products just on hand here. So did the last minute things. We don't even charge rush fees, things like that. But yeah.
Well, because you understand the industry you're working in. Runners are not exactly like, we'll think of our shoes, our jerseys, our shirts, what we're going to eat 2 weeks before, how we're going to train, all of that. But the day before the race, we forget how that we need to actually attach that thing to us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome.
The organic, natural progression was our bib boards were being worn as a daily charm and expressional piece. Like St. Jude's, we saw people wearing them after as kind of a, hey, I just did a St. Jude's. And so that kind of led us into the 3D, wearables. Yep. These are an expressional piece. Instead of going with, look at this. That was on my desk. That magnet stuck to this sharp lapel pin on accident. So this was given to me by St. Jude's actually. And then I made them. So those, you got option A, holes, pins, danger, or you go option B, which is going to be, this one says I do it for the medals, and letting your customer know, and let them make the decision. Hey, do you prefer holes or do you not? Do you want something that's new and unique, or would you like to go? And lapel pins are fantastic. I mean, people have been collecting them forever. I mean, I used to collect them as well. Yeah. But what happens? They end up, you don't wear them because you're wearing a new Lululemon top, and you don't want to put holes in it. Matter of fact, Lululemon didn't even want to do a race because they had to put safety pins in it. But we ended up supplying them through a partner.
That is so cool. I'm a huge fan of lapel pins, but that's because when I go out to trade shows or whenever I'm leaving the house, if I'm not on just this show or something like that, I'm usually wearing a sport jacket. So it's got the, button slit. So it's okay to put a lapel pin in there because it's already got the cut there. But I'll never put a lapel pin on my right-hand side because there's no cut there, right? So, and I don't want to pick that fabric. So maybe you're right. Maybe you have just come up with the lapel pin killer. That is very interesting marketing. Speaking of some good marketing, we talked about it, and I want to mention it here because I think it's so cool. But you guys were actually part of a Comcast commercial. Is that correct?
We were, yeah. Just one of those. They're kind of cheesy because they make you do this whole and I had to do that take a bunch. But yeah, we were selected. I think they like to do the restaurants and the local gym and things like that. But I think when they approached us, they were just thinking of a new kind of an outdoor endurance brand story. So yeah, I was on a Comcast commercial, went national, and all my friends made fun of me for it.
That is so cool. Man, we talk about that all the time here in the promo industry that we're super popular inside of our industry, but you had a nationwide commercial. So props to you, man. So coming into the promo industry, that's got to be easy pickings then. So, Brian, dude, thank you so much for kind of telling your story, showing us those new products, giving us the future look into what you can do by creating a product and managing the building and the growth of the business through the promotional products industry. And thanks for choosing the promotional products industry, because there's a lot of new products out there that people don't want to bring to promo. So thanks for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun. I'm here to stay. I'm not going anywhere. I've made a lot of friends in promo, and yeah, I'm still a freshman. That's how I look at it. I'll be stuffed in the garbage can. I get it, but one day I'll be a senior, hopefully. And no, I like the promo industry, and yeah, we're here to stay.
That is awesome. I really do hope. I can't wait to see what you guys do with this. You're already making some huge strides just in the few years that you've been here. And we'll definitely bring you on here in the next year or two and do a revisit and see what new products you've put on. Does that sound good?
Oh, I'm in. Thank you.
That's awesome. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching Express Training Bites. And this is Express Training Bites. It is on the first and third Tuesday of every month, bringing you some fun little educational tidbits while you're enjoying that bite on your quick little break. All right, guys, have a good rest of your day. We'll see you on the third Tuesday.
Thanks, Brandon.